It's your boy Salim from Notorious Reactions back at it again. Hey man, I don't need to say nothing other than I feel really strongly about what we're going to talk about. With what happened recently about with Jonathan Major doing the cover of Ebony magazine, looking like a straight dyke, like a straight female, and a lot of people were like, "Oh no, this is not a plot or a ploy to emasculate the black men," even though that's something we've seen historically speaking, meaning like on again with Hollywood, them wanting to put the black man in a dress or a feminine looking position, with Martin Lawrence, with Kevin Hart, with Kid Cudi, with Michael Jai White refusing to wear a dress, and now we're getting the Cat Williams take. And I want to talk about that because it's not just imagination; it's a common occurrence, and it's somewhat of a rite of passage if you want to ascend to like a higher level within showbiz to want to make more money. They want to gain control of you. They want you to look ridiculous in the eyes of the public. They want to make you dance before they give you a little reward, like little dog, let me give you a cookie. You know what I mean? And it's even more than that, but we're gonna break it down. Without further ado, let's get into it.
There was a recent controversy online. I know you don't spend all your time online about Kevin Hart
Mm-hmm.
uh, wearing a dress in the SNL skit, and Dave Chappelle spoke about that as a comedian. Black actors are always, being asked to wear dresses. Have you ran into that? And what do you think about that whole Illuminati theory that people put out there about
Well, thanks for that softball question. Uh, it's two answers. First of all, let's be very, very clear. It is possible that there isn't anything funnier than a guy in a dress. And if that's the case, then it might also be said that there's nothing funnier than a black guy in a dress. Okay, well, I watched all of my friends throughout my entire life be able to dunk a basketball, but not me. So everybody can't do everything. So, some of us make choices. I think it's not a biggest choice for others. I'm saying at the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress wearing people before him. So now we have Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
that?
I've never seen Medea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
Okay.
I like how Kat, addresses the fact that it's been a common occurrence over black males or men being asked to wear dresses in movies, from Martin Lawrence to Tyler Perry to, even though Tyler Perry seems to like to do that. I think this question or this issue is multifaceted. It's not only one area; it's two areas. Like you said, is there anything funnier than a black man in a dress? Why? I think because a black man in a dress seems to be counterintuitive. Like in the world that we live in, we know we have to agree that the black male is seen as the epitome of masculinity, at least in the United States, with all the associated images of the thug, of the prison going, the prison bound man that lifts weights and is strong with his big muscles and speaks and looks fierce and aggressive. What's funnier than that archetype being put in a dress for everybody to look at and make fun of, right? And you got to think about that. Don't and it's also like the most humiliating thing for the black man who's supposed to embody the epitome of masculinity in these modern times to reduce himself to put a dress to be accepted by whomever is in control of Hollywood, right behind the scene. And the reason why I think it's multifaceted is because we have to stand against that, because everybody knows media affects the public perception of a ethnic group. That's why a lot of people stand up against the media portraying their group in a way that's not favorable, right? When the Jews were attacked, when the Muslims are attacked in media or um, news outlets, they stand up because they won't stand for them being portrayed in a way that's not favorable to them, except for the black man. You understand? Because the youth for the ethnic group of blacks, they don't even have any positive or a lot of positive, strong black male leads in movies, and the few that we have are reduced to being put in dresses or positions where they look super feminine. They're basically embodying and looking like women, right? And even you could try to say it's artistic and this and that. this has a negative effect on the youth and on the public perception of the black community, specifically the head of the family, which is supposed to be the black man. I don't want to babble, but I feel strongly once again, and I wanted to put that there because not all of this video is important and relevant to what we're talking about, but I wanted to address that.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them. End quote.
I mean, we all love Dave Chappelle.
Exactly. Dave Chappelle has never been a part of the Illuminati. They don't want him or me or people like us.
Yeah.
But now it's not necessary for us to store up that hornet's nest unless we intend to get stung a million times. I didn't understand that. They had to sting me a million times.
Right.
I'm still not going to join, but I respect it a little more.
All right. How do you handle that? Because they put your name in the press with a lot of rumors and a lot of situations that they try to put on Katt Williams. Do you feel ever the need to, like, I got to go defend this and put out a story about who I am, or do you just let that kind of like roll off your back when
Well, as you can see, I've let it all go for quite some time, and a lot of that is just based upon the fact that I don't really know how to complain because all of the people that I ever looked up to had to go through it too. So I know how much they talked about Martin Luther King, and I know what they end up doing to him. I know this same story about Jesus and a few of my uncles. So now I know that if you
What he's saying is, to whom much is given, much is required, right? Like, if you want to, it comes with the territory. If you want to be a public figure of any stature, that they're going to talk negatively about you, especially if you go against the grain. And I want to take a little back to when he was talking about him and Dave Chappelle and the people that refuse to conform to what Hollywood wants them to do, to be a part of the fraternity and whatnot. We could add Michael Jai White, who did refuse a rule because they also asked him to wear a dress, and people that are assigned and represent anti-conformity to the bully that are the executives and the people in charge at Hollywood, right? Man, I think that's something we got to remember. I think that's what caused the whole Dave Chappelle's hiatus in Africa, and step back from showbiz, because he realized that the upper echelons are really dark, right? And he ultimately found his way, but it required him going down a path that was going to be harder, or at least that was going to delay the success that he was going towards, right? And I'm going to leave it at that, but I think this is something that's really important to talk about, right? So if you fuck with the content, subscribe, like, and share the video, and I'm going to see you next time. Peace.